Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
I loved what you did in the show today, Sam, about your dog Gus and how never give up on your dog.
Yes.
And I was like, duh. But because you just never know. I mean, he's been dealing with this condition for what, 2 years?
Seizures for 2 years now.
I wanted to ask.
And he's a senior dog, too.
Oh, yes. He's like 12.
Okay.
So I wanted to ask about Gus. I've never seen this happen to a dog before. None of the dogs that Murphy and I have ever had seizures.
Mm-hmm.
How do you know it's coming on, and what is it like when he's having it?
Well, the first time he had it, if you ever do see it, it freaked me out because I've never seen a dog with seizures before, and all the dogs we've had, you know, my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, is he dying right now? Because that's what it was.
Oh.
He falls over.
Mm.
And he just starts shaking uncontrollably.
Oh.
And his teeth have been chattering or like grinding while he's doing it.
Oh.
And then he loses control of fluids.
Bodily?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And it goes on.
How long?
Maybe a minute, maybe not even that long.
Seems longer?
It's just the intensity of it.
Yeah.
The spectacle of it, watching it. It's just like, you know, you're used to 5 minutes before running and playing in the yard, and then all of a sudden he's on the floor doing this. And so,
what are you doing when that happens?
I go and grab a couple towels because you're gonna have to clean up.
Yes.
And also I like to put one under his head because there's times he'll do it on the wood floor or outside on the patio.
Yeah.
And he's just laying on his side doing it. You know, so he's not bopping his head on anything. I go lay a towel under him.
Very good.
So that he's good. And then you pet him and I talk to him too, and that seems to calm it down a little quicker. If I just let him go while I'm running around getting stuff, it'll go on for maybe a little longer than a minute. But
goodness.
If it's something where it's like, okay, Gus, and I don't even know if he can hear me, but to me it just seems like it's helping.
Yeah, of course.
And then when it's over with, he'll lay there probably for about 5 minutes. And his eyes are wide open, and you can just tell he's not there right at that time. And then when he gets up, he's just totally disoriented and goofy. It's like, I think he recognizes me, but then he goes all over the house and starts inspecting everything.
Like he's in a new place?
Yes. If the cat is nearby, he'll start chasing the cat, which he doesn't do. He's never chased the cat.
Oh, weird.
But it must slowly come back to him because usually within a half hour, he's, doing his Gus things.
My goodness. What does the vet say to you? Did the vet say he doesn't know it's happening to him? Because he seems to know if your voice is able to calm him.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a thing. Or I don't know. I didn't ask. I've never asked the vet, is he going to hear me if I calm him down? The vet visit that we had was like, okay, this is what he's doing. Okay.
Then prepare.
We've got this medication you can take twice a day, and that'll hopefully keep him. And if that works, good, that works. Or you can go the money route, and have all the MRIs and the X-rays, and if it determines something, then it's either we can try to fix that for more money, or it may not be fixable. There's a lot of ifs. I mean, you all know that
in medical, especially with
doing the vet
pets.
stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like, well, let's try the pills, and the pills have worked. He does have one every couple or 3 weeks, but to me, that's not like he's having one
every day, all the time,
and another one, and another one.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
See, that's a question. And going back to something that you said recently, you said this, that, that moms are more likely to ask questions like that at a doctor's visit or a vet visit.
Yeah.
That's my first thing.
Just now you started asking questions that I don't have answers to because
you didn't ask that question.
When I did it, it was the first time it happened.
Sure.
So I wasn't like, oh, what can I do to calm him down? It's just like, what's this? What's going on?
Sure.
And so as it's happened over time, then that's what I do to deal with him, to help him out, to get him through it.
Now, my question to the vet would be, and it's probably a guess on their part, based on research also, does he realize that it's happening to him? Is he able to even hear you during that? Would be something I would want to know, because then I would try to be with him as the whole time, start to finish.
Yeah, I don't. The problem, of course, is that the pet can't tell the doctor what's going on. That's why it's such a big guessing game.
It is.
The only dog that we ever had that did little surprises was that Pomeranian that was our youngest daughter Phoebe's years ago, Felix.
He fainted.
He would faint. He would get excited and he would faint.
He would fall over.
Like those goats do?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, I mean, and they, I don't remember if the vet said it was a heart condition or sometimes that Poms do that, but
it was a heart. What we were told, it was the heart condition, and he did die kind of young.
Yeah, he did.
Due to a heart failure. That he had.
Right. And with Gus, it's become a thing. I don't know why it's this way, but the past dozen or so times it's happened right inside the back door in the living room. So I don't know if in his mind he knows it's coming and let me get to the place where I do it. And,
maybe,
and the thing is,
maybe.
I don't know, maybe I should bring this to the vet and explain everything that goes on, because I think there's something is up with when it happens. It seems to always happen on the weekend when I'm home and I'm able to sit outside and drink a cup of coffee, because he'll come out there, he'll do his business in the yard, he'll lay on the patio next to me, and at some point he gets up and walks in the house, and it's like, uh-oh. So when that happens, if I talk to him and there's no reaction from him, it's going to happen. If I talk to him and like, hey, Gus, what's up? And he starts wagging his tail,
you bring him
he's
back.
just going inside to get some water or something. But it's like he knows it's coming, and he goes to where it's going to happen.
Or is that a place where he's comfortable, feels safer maybe? You know, if he were.
But he knows it's coming, because otherwise he wouldn't have gone. He wouldn't go there without knowing something's up.
That's weird. So it's not possible that it's an allergic reaction to something in the yard, huh?
A seizure?
I don't know.
I mean, I know a seizure is not an allergy, but because it hasn't been officially determined that what the cause is, you don't really know.
It
right?
literally happens only. There's only one time it's happened in 2 years when I haven't been home.
And how do you know that? You came home too.
Because I saw the puddle, and it's like, Gus had a seizure. But it's honestly the past, I don't know how many times it's while I'm relaxing on the patio on the weekend only, and he'll come in, and it won't happen both days. Or just one of the days, one or the other day, he'll get up and do it.
That's interesting.
And I don't know, and I've tried to stop it too. When it's like, okay, I know this is going to happen. I get up and I grab him and say, come on, Gus, hey, wait.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
It's not stopping it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's just like, get ready for it. And
well, it's the good news here is that he has you. You're aware. You know what to do when it happens. It sounds like he's in good hands with you for this.
Yeah.
I know this is not what you wanted for him.
Yeah.
But you are giving him his pills, and you are making him as comfortable as possible. And don't move your furniture around. Don't change anything on him.
I'm not that kind of person.
I know. No, I'm just saying. Just note that when you have an older dog who's even just not an old dog that's having that kind of problem, just the eyesight. Like,
well, yeah, Piggy the Pug, in her last years, couldn't see. She wound up not being able to hear either. But, if something moved that wasn't in its regular place, she would bump into it. It was uncanny, though, how she could get around.
She was running into walls that had always been there.
Yeah.
So she was really disoriented. But
Gus,
as much of his routine as you can keep exactly the same, the better.
He can see still, which is fine. I noticed the grayness in his eyes, so I think it may be coming on. But he's also gotten less coordinated, I think, because of all the times it's happened. Because there's times he'll shake his head and bump it against a chair or something. Like, usually Gus has a spatial, he knows
awareness.
that there's times he'll just bump into something when he's not thinking about it.
Yeah.
And he's very,
bless his heart,
very centered on food. I can't do anything in the house without him following me around thinking that there's food involved. So that what that's led to, sneaking into the pantry to open up that bag of chips so he doesn't hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, I'm not going to give him a chip, so I don't want to open it and eat it in front of him and go, hey.
Sure. Okay. So sneaking snacks for Gus's sake.
Yeah.
Missed any part of the show? Get it all on the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast.